understanding is there are two issues that we need to reply to. One is the failure to air the president's ads, and the second one is the reasons behind why the ad of Senator Trillanes was aired. So let me start with the first one, which is the failure to air the president's ads. Just to provide context, we have two kinds of political ads that are sold to candidates. The first one is a national ad, which is seen all over the country. And the second one is a local ad, which is normally seen within just a specific province. For the national ads, we have an allocation of 19 minutes of commercial airtime per hour. And for local ads, we have an allocation of only 2 minutes of airtime per hour. Doon po sa Presidente, the President placed an order for 117 million pesos worth of national ads, of which we aired all 117 million. In other words po, 100% of the President ads, which were ordered for a national airing, were accommodated and broadcast and aired by the station. Doon po sa local ads, nagka-problema talaga kami because we only have 2 minutes of airtime per hour. In the case of the local ads, the President placed an order of 65 million worth of spots, of which we failed to air 7 million pesos worth. Our policy on all our ads is first come, first serve, and many of these spots were ordered on May 3rd, and May 7th was the last day of the campaign period. So there had been many previous telecast orders that were already ahead, that came in ahead of the President's telecast order. So that being said, of the 7 million po na hindi namin na-ere, we were able to refund approximately 4 million pesos to the President, and that was accepted. We were delayed in refunding the 2.6 million, which Senator flashed on the screen, and that 2.6 million was no longer accepted by the President. On this issue, I think we acknowledge our shortcoming in our failure to release that refund in a timely manner. And we corrected that so that in 2019, our policy is 7 days. If your spot is not aired, the check should be back with the client or with the advertiser within 7 days. So we acknowledge po our shortcoming dun po sa refund. Doon naman po sa ad ni Senator Trillanes, under the Fair Election Act, if I be allowed to read, for the purpose of this act, lawful election propaganda shall include, in Section 4, any broadcast of election propaganda by television or radio for or against a candidacy. That, to us po, was the first reason why our internal committee gave a green light to the ad. That the second reason why the committee gave a green light to the ad was they felt that, unlike the first version of the ad, which we rejected because we felt that the children were performing inappropriate actions or behaviors, there was a revised version of the ad, which Senator showed earlier, that showed the children merely asking questions. And so we felt that it did not violate any of our internal policies. The third reason why our ethics committee decided to push through with airing the ad is under the KBP code, we are required not to discriminate against any candidate. In other words, any candidate that comes to our station with an ad that is legal and legitimate must be accommodated. Unlike the ads of the President that we were unable to air, all of these ads were aired on a national basis, part of the 19 minutes per hour and not part of the local 2 minutes per hour, which is why there was enough inventory to accommodate the ad. At the end of this whole discussion, I think we were sorry if we offended the President. That was not the intention of the network. We felt that we were just abiding by the laws and regulations that surround the airing of political ads. And I think today we want to make a categorical statement together with our chairman, Mark Lopez, that ABS does not and will not have its own political agenda.
Thank you. Mr. Katigbak.
Madam Chair, the issue on the payment of ads and not being aired, I also suffered that for the record in 2013. I actually had a discussion with, I already spoke to Mark Lopez and Carlo Katigbak about it on what, ano mga hakbang na ginawa nila para hindi mangyari muli yan. Kasi masakit sa amin. In 2013, I ran in the opposition, una, and we really felt that we had a difficult time coming into the networks and putting our ads. Kasi syempre, hirap na nga kami nasa opposition at kung nakakuha na tayo ng pondo, nakafile ka ng ad space, tapos ang sama ng loob mo na hindi pinalabas. I'm sharing the experience probably of not only President Duterte, but I believe also Sherwin, si Senator Gatchalian. It happened to Senator Gatchalian, Senator Tolentino, Senator Recto, and many of us. So maybe ano kayang magawa natin mga hakbang? Because this is important sa inyong franchise application. When it reaches us here, hindi naman namin siguro i-approve yan pro forma. Siguro maglalagay po tayo ng mga safeguards para hindi po mangyari muli yun. Because for me, I think hindi naman tama na sabihin ng tao ninyo o ng ahensya na binibigyan natin ng pera, na hirap na nga tayo magkaroon ng pondo para sa eleksyon, na tanggapin namin and we will air the ad, ano yun eh, what you call it, pay before broadcast. Pay before broadcast. So, yung kandidato, naghihintay po sa kanilang mga bahay, naghihintay po ng airing ng inyong ad, either in TV Patrol or in Provinciano, tapos mamaya-maya, hindi lumabas at nagtataka ka, ba't hindi lumabas? Umaabot ng alas 11, naghihintay ka pa, hindi lumabas. So, and eventually, hindi talaga lumabas, and then they call you for a refund. I think that's not right. To be personal about it, and I believe Carlo and Mark Lopez and Carlo Katigbak had already committed to make changes. Sana po may mga hakbang kayo. For example, if the fellow candidate pays for this slot, dapat may commitment po kayo, nilalabas sa slot na yun. Ngayon, kung puno na yung slot na yun, sabihin nyo lang sa amin, di ba, yung mga kandidato, naku Migs, wala na. Punong-puno na talaga Thursday, punong-puno na Friday. Wala na talaga magagawa. Para yung kandidato, makalagay po ng pondo sa GMA7, sa TV5, at sa ibang channel at ibang venue, social media or what have you. I think those are the steps that we'd like to hear also from ABS because it's happened to all of us.
Nabanggit kasi ni Senator Zubiri yung hindi na air ng ads. For the record, kami rin sa Otso-Diretso nung nakaraang halalan, milyong pisong halaga ng ads ang hindi na air dahil nga sa proseso. So kung iisipin ng ating mga kababayan na may bias siguro, walang bias sa amin dahil hindi na, and critical sa amin yung huling 10 araw na dapat sana na-air yung ads na yun at baka sakaling nag-iba ang resulta ng halalan, ngunit wala ho kaming magawa. So for the record, nangyari sa amin yan. At may hinanakit din kami. Pero hindi natin dadalhin sa usapin ng mawawalan ng trabaho ang 11,000 mga kababayan natin. Just for the record, Madam Chairperson.
Okay, before Senator Lisa, I'd like to point out also because the majority leader mentioned ANC. TV5 also has a good news arm as well as GMA. But the more... hindi daw 24/7 na news. So I guess we need to take note of that. Kailangan natin ng more 24/7 news. So wag bawasan, dagdagan. Senator Lisa.
Thank you, Chair. Una, for the record, kaugnay ng isang tanong ni Chair, I'd also like to point out that black propaganda is also prevalent on Facebook, for one. So perhaps, Madam Chair, Congress could also look into regulation and self-regulation in social media platforms, particularly during elections. And just to clarify, Madam Chair, self-regulation and regulation, not prior restraint, never censorship. Pangalawa I hope that bago matapos itong ating hearing, mabalikan yung tanong namin ni Senator Gatchalian kanina tungkol sa mga PDR. Pati yung yung exact terms niya, and do these actually grant foreigners voting rights. Para sa akin, Madam Chair, mahalaga din itong tanong namin ito dahil ito rin yung isang isyong ginagamit ngayon laban sa Rappler dito sa mga hamon laban sa freedom of the press sa ating bansa. And then sa ABS-CBN muli, narinig ko namang malinaw yung pagsagot nyo sa tanong na totoo bang tumanggi kayong i-air yung isang political ad ni Presidente. So salamat sa paglilinaw na hindi nyo in-air pero hindi nyo na-air. At na-appreciate ko yung pagiging bukas nyo sa mga mungkahin ni Majority Leader how to keep on improving that situation moving forward. Na publicly state na rin ni Presidente na mas maigi na yung mga may-ari ng ABS-CBN ay ibenta nyo na lang yung kumpanya. Na-approach na ba kayo ng may anumang alok na bilihin na nga yung kumpanya ninyo?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, we have not received any formal proposal or formal offer to acquire ABS.
Alright. At totoo ba na ang ABS-CBN ang pinaka matanda o luma o unang television broadcaster sa Southeast Asia?
Yes po, after Japan.
After Japan. So pangalawa po kayo. Ano pong pinaplano ng kumpanya ninyo kung yung franchise ninyo ay hindi i-renew ng Kongreso? If for the first time in your decades bilang pangalawang broadcaster hindi lang sa bansa, sa rehiyon, kung hindi kayo pagbigyan ng Kongreso?
Your Honor, ang layunin po ng ABS-CBN ay magbigay serbisyo sa lahat ng Pilipino. At kung hindi namin magawa using our broadcast facilities, we will try to find alternative ways to continue providing the service.